Yes, you're welcome back. And well, that was the happening of the governor in the course of the week, as presented by Biodun Akikunle. And moving on, it's the second segment of the interview this morning on Saturday special. If you're wondering, okay, what else is left to be heard of Ponzi schemes in Nigeria, trust me, it is even about to get hotter, and the tension is, what's the word now? High, intense in the studio. We have two notable persons in the studio with us right now, and I would rightly say they're on the opposite sides of the coin. One is actually an advocate of Ponzi scheme with emphasis on MMM, while the other person, having the love and the welfare of the citizen whom he represents at heart, he has actually spoken for reasons such as the possibility of this thing doing Nigerians harm. I'm talking of in person of Honourable Saheed Fijabi, member of the House of Representatives, and of course the chairman, Housing Committee on Telecommunications. It's a pleasure having you in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we also have with him someone who will always, I can really bet on that, preach the gospel. He's already wearing a smile on his face there. He's an MMM leader, and of course, he goes by the name Mr. Oluwatosin Osho. It's a pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let me start off with Honourable Fijabi. You are the chairman, House Committee on Telecommunications. You put forward a motion, alerting Nigerians, to the scheme. As far as you're concerned, it's something to be wary of. Talk to us about what's going on in your mind where these Ponzi schemes are concerned.
No, actually, what prompted me doing the motion is about all these Ponzi schemes. They're more like a fraudulent way of trying to defraud people and going with their money, actually. We've seen in this world, you've seen the Humana, we've seen all these spectre, whatever spectre that came, people put their money in it, and at the end of the day, they will go and go away with a lot of people. And most people end up in committing suicide. Or even if you're not committing suicide, most of your savings will be put in it. And now another one came, which is MMM. It's not only MMM.
Yes,
they're
but
getting
we
it
noted
wrong.
that.
People with MMM, their guardians or their guider or whatever, they're getting it wrong. It's not only MMM. There's a lot of Ponzi scheme outside, which is even worse than MMM. And now, right now, as I'm talking to you, most of them have taken people's money away. That's what you're saying. And there's no way. There is no way. This is government. You are there. You can use your money for anything. It's your money. Nobody is asking you to. You have your right to spend your money. But when this problem starts, they will still come back and revert back to government. And what is government looking? And this is a nation. There's no way. That is the reason why we are having government to regulate our activities. So we should be able to regulate whatever we're doing.
Honourable, on the floor of the House, talk to us about what went down there.
Nothing went down. Everybody supported the motion. The motion stated categorically that the House, the House Committee on Banking and Financial Crime should investigate.
All right.
But at the end of the day, they went out saying that we asked them to arrest. Nobody is asking anybody to arrest anybody. You are free to use your money for whatever.
So you make that clarification now.
But what you are saying now, it's more of awareness that people should understand that it's a scheme. But when Nigerians come to you, it's ignorance. Let me tell you. It is basically ignorance. Okay. When Nigeria comes to you and says, they don't care, it's their money, let them lose it. We know that government is not doing anything, government is not doing whatever. But still, I've seen a lot of people in this MMM scheme that have lost a lot of money in it. And now in December, they went away. They came back. And they're starting giving them a lot of stringent guide way of collecting their money.
Okay, Honourable Fijabi, let's get Mr. Oluwatosin Osho's thoughts on this. You are a leader in MMM. You are also a guider right here in Nigeria. Let's hear what you have to say, first of all.
Thank you very much. MMM is a donation exchange network. As some people will define Ponzi scheme, that it is robbing Peter to pay Paul. MMM is not like that. If at all, going by that definition, if it is robbing Peter to pay Paul, Paul is not running away. Paul will still come back and give the money back to Peter in case of MMM. Because the idea behind MMM is to destroy the unjust financial system of the world.
Did you say of the world?
Yes.
Not just Nigeria?
Not just Nigeria.
Okay, go on, sir.
When we are talking about unjust financial system, whereby the rich are getting richer, where the poor are becoming poorer. Saheed Mavrodi, the founder and the leader of MMM community.
That was jailed in Russia.
He was jailed in Russia. Why? So this man saw the bad system of financial system of the world in Russia. During that time, it is only the rich that are ready to buy companies owned by government because they too they were in recession in 1994. MMN started in 1989 as a cooperative society, and they were dealing in office equipment, computer stuff, because the man is a programmer. He's also a mathematician. He was part of the people that that created the first operating system.
Okay, but we were talking about a donation exchange network, giving us
Yes.
details about MMM. Let's continue
Yes,
with that.
I'm trying to drive home something.
Okay.
Because if you don't know the history of MMM, you will be counting MMM as one of the Ponzi scheme that comes and go.
That's gone.
It has never gone.
Okay.
Now,
Continue,
when MMM was, when Saheed Mavrodi was piling up his things, they allowed him to form a company, joint stock company.
Who are the they?
Sir?
Who are the they now in question? Because we need clarification.
Okay. When he was doing it with some group of people,
Okay.
himself and some group of people, because it is not what only one person can do.
Okay.
He has to have some other people working with him. So in 1992, they started joint stock company, and they allowed them to share shares. So it got to a time, because he developed a system whereby when you buy shares from him, from his company, you can still sell it back to the company. The company will buy it from you. It got to a time, they said that they cannot allow him to sell more shares. Then he designed a ticket for people to be buying. Buy it, at the end of the month, you can come back and sell it to the company. So while he was doing that, a lot of people were buying it because the percentage on the shares, on the ticket, was increasing every Tuesday and Thursdays during that time. It is still the same this time. So it got to a time the government looked into it, that what is happening? Because they started buying companies in Russia. And people's life are being liberated financially.
Okay.
So it got to a time, the government looked into it and said, see, you cannot continue with this system. So they accused him of tax evasion. Whereby the government did not think that whenever they freeze any account, they did not put in mind that a lot of people will be affected. If the government is trying to save its people, after they have frozen the money in the account of MMM, they should share it back to the people who have already bought into the system, but they did not do so.
Okay, Mr. Osho.
Okay.
Do pardon me. We have to manage our time. We have so many questions this morning. When we talk about Mr. Mavrodi now in Russia, he was arrested, he was tried,
For
and
financial
he was
crimes.
yes, for financial crimes, and he was jailed for it. We have to let people know that. And you do also realize that in some other countries, MMM also has, can we say, taken flight. Also, South Africa was also used as an example this morning. One would have wondered, and one would have to ask, why its success has not been sustainable, in these countries over a period of years, even Russia.
Thank you so much. In Russia, MMM has not crashed. If you visit their website this morning, you will still see the testimonies of people that are being paid.
Testimonies.
They are not.
Honourable, we're coming to you in a bit.
So you will still see it. rsa-mmm.net. If you can log into it, you will see the testimonies of people there. MMM has some security measures by which they are guiding their system. The system has come, the system will rise a bit, and they will find faults in it.
Who are the they? We would really appreciate if you can mention, please, for clarity purposes.
Saheed Mavrodi and his team.
Okay, thank you.
Saheed Mavrodi and
He's
his
asking the they,
The they who are
who are against.
team. Who are against
Yes.
the government.
Okay, fine.
Especially
Thank you very much.
the government. So, whenever Saheed Mavrodi discovered that there is a flaw in the system, whereby the government is they are countering this something, so it will look for a way to bring the system back to normal. So, having done that, in the case of Nigeria, let me come back to Nigeria now. In the case of Nigeria, for a year, a program ran successfully. No glitches.
What program is that?
The MMM. That's
MMM.
what, I guess that's what he's saying.
No problem with MMM. Then in December, there is something called float ratio. Banks usually use it. Whenever they discover that withdrawals want to be higher than the deposit, they will rationalize it so that the amount of money that will go out at a period in time will be minimal. It happened last year to banks.
Banks?
Yes. Some people, they wanted to collect 500,000 naira in December.
Which of the banks? Which of the banks? We are on, you know, we are on television and
Honor-
millions of Nigeria watching.
Honourable
To banks, we have to be very careful.
Yes, we
Yes,
have to.
You have to be very, very careful.
Honourable
let's-
Fijabi.
we will-
You
Honourable
know the reason why I'm saying this. When he says to banks, which bank?
Honourable Fijabi.
Honourable
Which bank did you go to in December? And you want to collect your money and they say, no, go back because we don't have enough money to
Honourable
give you.
Fijabi, we have
No,
to
very
ask you to
important.
just...
I'm very sorry.
Yes,
We'll-
you-
we'll-
you-
we'll
want
we'll definitely
All
come
right,
to
no,
this.
no problem.
You know
Leave that
what?
to us.
Something happened to me personally in December.
Okay.
I wanted to collect money from ATM.
All right.
From my home, there was no ATM that could dispense cash. And I was going to Oyo Town. I got to Oyo Town. I was stopping by from one bank to the other, no cash. Then I got to a particular bank. The security men that were there, they were saying that if you want to withdraw from this ATM, you cannot withdraw more than 10,000 naira.
It's the
It's
ATM,
stipulated. ATM.
I'm coming.
not the bank.
You know, it's not, it was not the business as usual. When you want to withdraw any amount in ATM, on a MasterCard ATM, the withdrawal limit is 100,000 or 150 naira. Now, the security are saying that, please, you cannot withdraw 150,000 naira.
The point has to be made.
Because a
Mr.
lot
Osho.
of people wanted to get the
All
money
right.
out of the
Okay.
system. Are you getting? So they have to rationalize it. Now, having seen that, in case of MMM, Saheed Mavrodi look at it that if this system goes on like this, it will crash in Nigeria. We are going to enter into pause mode. So the man did something that let us freeze the withdrawal for this period because a lot of people want to get help. They do not want to provide help during that time because I want to get my money and use it for festive activities. So the man had to come with an announcement. Any Ponzi scheme that wants to dupe people, they will not tell you the pros. They will only tell you the pros. They will not tell you the cons. MMM openly, we usually teach people in our seminars that these are the rules of MMM. These are the warnings of MMM. Donate only your spare money. Do not donate money that is critical to you. The money you know that you are not using at present. And there is nobody who joined MMM in September that will come out and say he has not gotten his money by December. It is only the people that joined maybe late November that wanted to withdraw or get help in December during that date that will only be shouting that their money is still in the system. And since resumption in January 13th, January 13th, it was only the announcement we saw. On January 14th, I was actually presenting at the seminar by 4 p.m. on that day when I was told and I was shown that pairing for people to get help has started
All right.
on January 14th. But on that news, it was stated there clearly that we are going to provide GH limits.
Okay, that's get help limit.
Yes, get help limits in order to control the system. And the system in Nigeria, MMM has never experienced it before in any other country. In Nigeria, in less than 7 months,
Okay.
the SEC has started raising an eyebrow.
Okay, we will come to all of that. We'll
All
come
right.
to all of that. Let's get Honourable Fijabi's thoughts. Now, we have some people already, when you listen to quite a number of people talk about this, those for, those against, looking at the merits and demerits, some people will say, is it not that we have, what our representatives are doing, or what the government is doing, it's because something is new, as in the kind of acceptance that it has received, you give a dog a bad name just so that you can hang it. Is that the situation?
No, nobody is hanging anything. Anything you're doing that is not sustainable has no merit. It has no merit. Anything that you're doing that is not sustainable. Why would I be putting my money in something and when it gets to December, when I need my money most, you are telling me that I should hang on? And when it comes back in January, there's a lot of stringent measures telling me what is Bitcoin? My mom trading in the retirement, does he know what Bitcoin means? No. You understand? And my brother sitting down here, that is a guy there, should tell people categorically who Marodi is, that was arrested in Russia for financial crimes, jailed, who Chodi is. And the most annoying thing about this thing, this man, I'm very sorry to say on the radio, I find it very difficult sitting down with him. Because after my motion, every one of them were running after my life. They were threatening me. They were saying they will kill me, my family, they will do everything. No, I'm just saying that. No, it's not. I'm just saying it because it's sitting down here. But that one has gone. Let's just move on.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Thank you very much.
So what I'm saying to them is, this thing, anything that is not sustainable, there is no merit in it. You can say a few people will come in. Because the financial analyst that was there in the morning was saying, it is wrong. They were saying, if you are there, just run. Just get. Why would you want to go into it? It's not, it doesn't make any sense. Saying bring 100 naira, I'll give you 130. What business have I done? What am I doing? How sustainable is that? But what they are doing is, they won't tell you the basis indeed. They said put your spare money. But when all these people are going on about, they'll remove the spare money out of it. And how many people now in present Nigeria have any spare money to put in anything? Everybody's going for, if you borrow money from husband will borrow money from wife, we borrow money from school fees, you everything, put it in need, expecting that money will come.
Well, Honourable Fijabi, I'm pretty sure I've heard of testimonies around.
What testimonies? How many people are millionaires through MMM? Tell me. How many people have came out and said testimony, I'm not a millionaire through MMM? None. They'll just say, I sold my car, I bought another car back.
Yeah, but you have people say that
it is, let me tell you,
things were difficult for me, I put my money in and I got something
how
out
many
of it.
How many people are participating in this scheme? What is it? You rate it in percentage. What percentage of people are making it out of it?
Well, we are told 3 million people.
Yeah, so how many out of that 3 million? Out of that 3 million, what is the percentage of people that came out to say testimony?
No, let's get his response on that.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'm a millionaire in MMM.
Because
you're a guardian.
Honourable Fijabi.
Yes.
Honourable Fijabi.
We need to be very careful.
We need you to calm down.
I'll calm down.
We need you to calm down.
He will be because he's a guardian.
Mr.
What about the other people who 20, 30, 30,000, 20,000?
Mr. Fijabi, we need that.
He is in the system.
Yeah, because he's a millionaire.
Let him.
He's preying on people to be a millionaire.
Let him tell us.
I can give you the counters of my people.
Let him tell us.
That
You
are in
get
my
your
structures that are never a guider, and they are earning millions.
Okay.
In MMM, there is no free money. You have to work for it.
What kind of work?
Thank you. When I joined MMM, I have, because this is a scheme.
What year did you join MM, sir?
I joined MMM April 26th.
2016. Okay. Continue.
And I joined with 2,000 naira.
That's a bloody lie.
Honourable Fijabi.
I'm angry.
Honourable
You know this, I'm angry.
Honourable
I'm not going to sit down.
But you have
Honourable
to
Fijabi.
manage your emotions.
No, wait.
please.
Nigerians are watching us. It needs to stop giving
But you
Nigerians
have
lies
to let
about this
him
scheme.
speak.
Honourable Fijabi,
We do have to
Nigerians are
please.
watching you.
understand?
People you represent are watching you.
Please,
But my
ma'am.
people need to understand the truth about this scheme.
But your countenance would also prove
I'm
a
not
passive
abusing anybody
Of
over here.
course,
I'm
but
just
your
saying.
your attitude, sir, please.
No, even my attitude towards something that is bad. That's what I'm
Honourable
showing
Fijabi.
to
Honourable
so my people will know
He
it's
has
wrong.
every right to, you know,
Let's-
And you give us
express his-
equal minutes.
Okay, do
let's
calm
get
down.
his
Thank you.
take, sir. Thank you very much.
If
sir.
you want to see my testimony, just log on to YouTube.
Okay.
Type my name there.
All right.
Osholuwatosin. MMM pays by Osholuwatosin.
Okay.
You will see my payments there.
Okay.
In MMM, I'm one of the testimony. Now, and I have people in my structure. I have over 30,000 people in my structure. Directly, I was able to refer about 200 people, talking to them about MMM. Before I can come to you and talk to you convincingly about MMM, you know that it's a lot of work.
Mr. Osho, the big question here would be, how sustainable is a 30%
Thank you
interest?
so much.
How do you sustain that,
That
over
is-
a long period of time?
Having seen the smartness of Nigerians about MMM, then the founders, Agim, have already had to sit down and look for a way to sustain the system in Nigeria. Now, they are now creating a new model. This new model, how does it work? It is the same thing. But this old model that they brought for us, that they have been using in other countries, we were able to outsmart it by uploading fake POPs, by not confirming people that provided help to you on time.
Outsmarting
the system.
a program that was
Are you
arranged by
getting
a
it?
programmer.
Yes. So having seen that, he had to sit down again and say, let me give Nigeria, out of all the countries of the world that are participating in MMM, a new model that will bring strictness to this system. That we cater for fake POP. For example, you have not made a payment, you have not provided help to the person, and you are now asking the person to confirm you by uploading fake POP. It's a fraud.
Now, you were saying something earlier on that there is a trade. Now, before we bumped into this one, what exactly is the trade that goes on this platform?
A trade. Thank you. It's a donation, not a trade. Sure. MMM is not a business. MMM is not HYRP, IG, the investment program. MMM is not a bank. It's a donation exchange network. And when you want to donate to people, for example, in churches, in mosques, in social gatherings, if you want to donate to them, you donate the money you know that you can part away with. So this is the system that has defined itself very well.
But Mr. Osho, you haven't answered the earlier question of the 30% interest. You know, you have a pool of resources.
The trade.
Okay.
Yes, but you have a pool of resources.
Let me put everything together.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let me put everything together. Now, the system gives
You're
reward.
biased now.
No, we will. You will get your time. You will.
I would have loved to be on your side so I can ask you some questions.
No, you will. Of
In
course,
one time
of course, you will.
Yeah.
You have the floor.
But you're
But
not giving my
let's
own
wait for
time.
your time.
Okay.
You will.
The
You will
system,
definitely do
the
that.
system gives reward of what is called MAVRO. That is the internal currency of the system.
Okay.
It is a kind of wallet. Anytime you made your intention known that you want to provide help of so amount, maybe 100,000 naira to somebody in the community, so system will immediately reward you with MAVRO, yet unconfirmed, because your money is still in your pocket. So by the time the system finds somebody who says that he needs help at any other hand, you are going to take out your money and pay to that person. Now, this is how the 30% comes. This is how simple I can explain it.
Please do.
Let's assume that 10 of us wants to start a contribution. And in this contribution, we say that we can give room to other members to come in. Our daily contribution or monthly contribution, 10 of us gathering together. Now, at the end of the month, if we said I want to be donating to each and every one of us 10,000 naira, at the end of this month, one person will go away with 100,000 naira. The person has made, unknown to us, 90% for that period.
Okay.
The rest of us will just go somewhere and be folding our hands like my sister is doing.
Waiting for your turn.
Waiting for my turn. But this system now looks into it that why we 9 people go somewhere and sit down? Why not 3 or 4 people divide this thing in percentage? 3 or 4 people should go away with percentage amount of money. And at the end of the month, the following month, other people will contribute again. And before you know it, by the time you get to 10th month, you will have gotten more than 90%. Are you getting it? And this is a system that has also given room to people to come in. And that when you come in, you'll be given 10%. And while he was referring to being a guider, that you can hear more than one level.
All right.
Guidership is open to everybody in the community.
All right, Mr. Shaw, we have to come back to Mr. Fijabi now because I can see that you
Just brewing.
No, I'm not even talking to you. I need to ask you some questions.
Oh, then go ahead.
My brother, as a guardian, or guardian, how much money are you making from these people on your own ladder? How much money are you yourself making?
Per month?
I want to know. How much are you making?
It depends on your status as a guider.
How much are you making?
Myself?
Yes.
From my ladder alone, I make 4 million naira every month.
On what business?
On the work that I have done for the community.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Letting people come in to come and change their financial status.
So the money they are giving you, are you investing it? In what business are you investing that money?
That's my money.
Yeah.
That after getting
No, not your money. The money people are bringing into the scheme. Where are you investing the money in?
In the system. We are not investing. It's
So
not
where
an
do you get the money from?
investment
What you
program.
are telling me now, you are just trading. You are trading money around yourselves. Do you know what they call pyramid?
Okay, what is pyramid?
No, I'm just asking you. What is pyramid? Huh? It has a base, very big base. Then it goes up like this.
Yes.
Then at the end of the day, it will reach its peak and it will stop.
Okay.
You understand? Because what you are doing is, I bring 10 and you bring. At a point, I'm telling you, at a point, because you are trading in money, it will cease, the money will cease to come in. And to pay will be very difficult.
Now.
Now, wait, it's my turn, please. I'm just asking those questions. Now, presently, how are you paying your people?
Thank you.
Yeah.
MMM is...
Very quick. It's not very quick.
MMM is not a pyramid.
Let's
because when we are talking about pyramid...
You don't know what pyramid means.
I'm coming, sir.
No, don't tell me you're coming. What I'm telling you, wait.
Let me tell you, you asked me
it
a
is my
question.
time.
Okay.
It is my time. I'm still asking you.
Okay.
I'm just giving you,
I'm
I'm giving you opposers because you can never answer that question correctly.
Honourable Fijabi,
Let me try.
Let's hear it.
let's hear it.
No,
asked
he
him.
won't. I'm giving him a poser.
Why
He doesn't need to
ask
answer
him?
it.
All right, then go ahead.
Yeah,
Make your
wait,
point.
I'm just asking you.
Honourable Fijabi,
Because
make your
you are
point.
You are saying you yourself, you are a millionaire. You've made millions. Let me tell you, it's not rock science. It's not rock science. It's very simple. Even a cooperative set of people bring their money together in a cooperative. They still invest. Don't forget. They will take that money, go and put it somewhere. When they yield interest, they'll bring it back. But when you say you sit down, then you put your money, so people are collecting money. And as a guardian, where do you make your money from? From same people bringing their money in. What you do in essence, I've done my research. What you do in essence is go to some vulnerable people outside who you will never explain what is actually happening to. Tell them that Mama, I'm 10 hour, you collect 30 there. You're preying on vulnerable people. We are vulnerable at this moment because Nigeria is in recession. And that's the reason why we will do that. That's the reason. That's the reason.
You don't think greed will make some people do such, even if the economy is not in recession?
As you said, it's two things. The economy and greed. Because you believe I put 10 naira. Even in banks, in business you are doing yourself, is it possible you put 10 naira and you have 30% return? It doesn't work out. But what I'm saying is, I'm not asking anybody not to put his money anywhere. It's your money. But when the bubble bursts, I know a lot of people have came back to me since December, thanking me for what I've done. But some will still say they still want to go ahead. Fine, it's your money, enjoy. But when it bursts, I know it's going to burst. Because there's some syndicate outside there who are a group of people trying to siphon, trying to prey on people. They have their leader, which is Georgie and Mavrodi. Who's Mavrodi? Who knows Mavrodi? This is Nigeria. Mavrodi was jailed because of financial crimes.
Well, he actually established that fact.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling people.
Yeah, he did.
And people should understand, he was jailed because of financial crimes.
No, I was gonna...
And what they're doing, what they're dealing with now is finances of people. So if somebody was jailed for financial crimes, obviously the guy said put your spare money. But how many people go on the internet? There's some people that are running this show for. Bring your money, don't worry, I'll bring it back for you every month. But what we are telling people is, what I'm doing today is fine, your money, continue. If you think MMM pays you, fine. Under that Ponzi, continue. But what you are saying is, we are just trying to make awareness to
and to regulate this
that
exercise.
is it. And it must be one way or the other regulated. EFCC spoke about it, SEC spoke about it, CBN spoke about it. Even CBN has stopped any bank from trading in bitcoins or any e-money. Because this money are not real.
Now, Honourable Fijabi, let me get back to Mr. Oshoye. You spoke beautifully about Mafrodi. Do you have any personal interaction with him?
No. Now, let me come back to his question.
No, sorry,
Because
before you come back to his question, it's only the belief that you can only speak of a particular product, marketed product, well, if you know the product well and the producer. But how come you decide, okay, fine, let's speak about this of Mavrodi? Is it that you just read it up the books?
Thank you so much. Whenever I want to do any program, because this is not my first program that I've ever done.
Your first Ponzi scheme?
It's not the first program.
Your first Ponzi scheme or first program?
Okay.
No, let's get it clear. Your first Ponzi scheme?
It is not my first one.
Not your first, your first Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
No, it is not your first.
No,
Honourable Fijabi.
I'm part of Nospecto there.
Honourable Fijabi. It is not your first program or your first Ponzi scheme.
Not first program.
No.
Because when we are...
No. Do you want us to take it to mean that, yes, you are avoiding that question? It says not your first Ponzi scheme or your first program.
It is not my first program.
Okay. So MMM is your first Ponzi scheme.
MMM is not Ponzi scheme.
No, don't let's mislead people here.
No. I have to make some clarifications.
Okay. All right.
When he was saying that it's a pyramid, when we are talking about pyramid, the cone will go up and somebody who is at the top will be the only one benefiting. Why the people at the base will not benefit anything? As a guider, I pump back into the system every month 2 million naira, donating it to people.
Is that in terms of providing help for
yes,
other people?
in providing help.
Then if you donate 2 million, you're having 10% of that 2 million back every other month. And you collect your money.
Is that not so?
Yes, so it's not free.
Because some people also will donate to
because
me.
it's not free.
That is how the system goes.
That's what
Not
I'm
that
telling you.
one person will just be earning the money.
What happens when those that are coming into this scheme reduce? It does mean that those ones that are just coming in may lose, and the money they're putting into is for others.
Thank you. Now, the new model is taking care of that.
So you do agree that that was a very strong possibility?
It's a very strong possibility, but there are security measures put in place for it not to happen.
Who will arrest them?
Are you getting it? There are security measures. For example, the freezing that happened in December is a measure to curtail getting help being more than providing help. Now, another measure is pause mode. In that case of pause mode, for it to be
But there's no pause mode in Banco. You know.
Honourable Fijabi, let him answer.
No, of course you can be.
No, let him. No, of course. He's taking notes of all your observations. Just let him land.
There are situations whereby you want to get your money in bank and we ask you to wait a bit.
How many minutes?
So that other
How many
people,
minutes?
whatever minutes. Because I should get to the bank, standing in front of you, presenting my check.
And getting your money instantly.
I should get my money
you have to
instantly.
wait in
But
this
when
case.
you now tell me to wait,
Because
even for 5 minutes,
because
it means that the cash to pay me is not yet
the
ready.
cash, let me tell you.
Are you getting
Let
it?
me tell you. I'm not dumb. I go to banks also. What they do for you is go to the bank, into their vault, arrange your money, and bring it out. But what about this? What about now that you said they will pause on people that are donating more now? You understand? The only people that bring 10 naira, 20 naira, 20,000 is the one they'll be paying. If you go to bank, as usual as you are, people don't go to when you go to bank. If you want any billion, they'll bring it out for you.
What I'm saying to you is that MMM is not a bank. It's a system that is here to make people financially free.
Okay.
And for it not to crash, there are security measures put in place.
All right. But then, you talk about these security measures, but what happens if all of a sudden, like it happened in December,
Okay.
what happens if all of a sudden something happens, MMM says it's freezing and doesn't come back, which is a very strong possibility. A lot of people had fears that
About
it might
that.
not come back on.
With the new model now,
It could happen any other time.
with the new, I'm coming.
What's
With the new
the
model now,
status? What's the status of MMM?
with the new model now that is yet to be implemented, MMM will be sustained. There is no break
Is
again.
there anybody that people can go to, hold on to, if anything goes wrong?
No, you cannot come and hold on to
So
anybody.
exactly,
because
so it
you
means
were
when
told
there's lose
initially,
anything, all right.
you were told initially that this MMM doesn't give any guarantee because we are not paying to MMM's account. Are you ready to donate your spare money? You voluntarily joined. Are you getting? Nobody coerced you. Nobody forced you to join. You were presented the ideology using your spare money. And your spare money could be in thousands. Your spare money could be in millions. So when you now donate your spare money and the system is now putting in a certain way that you shouldn't lose that spare money, why can't you be patient? The system says we are going on holiday and we are going to be back January 14th.
Okay.
And January 13th, the system resumed. By January 14th, peering started. And before that peering, system said the age limit will be set.
Which wasn't the case before. Honourable Fijabi asked you a valid question. What's the state?
Now, the state
status right
now is everybody now is GAGing and PHing. But the system has set a limit.
For those with large amounts of money are not getting their money.
They can get up to the limit set for now.
So they're not getting all of their money.
So what about
Not
the Bitcoin
yet.
issue that came in?
The Bitcoin has been on MMM since inception.
That came in.
No.
No, they
It
can't-
is.
they
It
will
is.
pay you with Bitcoin, or
It
not
did
the
not
trade for
just
Bitcoin.
come here. MMM has inculcated
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin into
Right from
their
inception.
program right from inception.
Okay.
But we guiders, we are the ones saying don't let people use Bitcoin. Because if your Bitcoin account is hacked and your money goes away, who will hold responsible? Then we don't want the situation whereby anybody will come and say, Mr. Osho, I gave you this money to buy Bitcoin for me, and where is the money? Are you getting it? But if you are getting your money in your bank, you are getting your alert by yourself. So we discourage people from using Bitcoin in Nigeria. Are you getting it? So we discourage people from using Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been with MMM since inception. But we are the one that discourage people not to use Bitcoin. That anybody that sees the alert in his, from his bank will know that this system is truly working. Now, the system says, let's wait and let the new model be implemented in order to take care of some glitches.
All right. Our time is almost spent. Honourable Fijabi, we need to hear from you, especially to get your last take on this issue. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah. My last day is just because we are in a problem. We let us. Even my mother understand what is called vulnerability. There's some people that are vulnerable because of their present state of mind, present state of where they are now. They will do anything to anything.
You're talking about the situation in the country,
Yes,
recession.
which is very important. Recession. Every other country has passed through recession. It's not only Nigeria, but we are passing through the phase now, which obviously we know that definitely will come out of it. It's a process. But when it's not, don't let's get it wrong. It's not only MMM. There's a lot of them.
No, we are aware of that. We are just making
We
much
noted
emphasis.
that
I'm just saying.
because
yeah,
easier.
yeah, I just want people to be aware. It's not only MMM. A lot more. Some have crashed. Some are just springing up. Some will come tomorrow. But what I'm saying is that it's just an advice.
Okay.
You have your money. It is your money. But whatever you are engaged in it, make sure you make your research well.
When people feel that,
And understand that this thing is right.
we would also want you to talk about the fact that, because people are listening now
Yeah.
and they want answers, when people feel that the government has not lived up to some of its
Expectation.
promises, you have a lot of people who feel, this helped me out.
The government is not stupid.
What would you be
That's what I'm saying.
to
Government is
them?
not stupid. A government is not all out, not to fulfill its promise. There must be some things affecting the process of going through this, going towards or fulfilling our promise.
And I'm sure some people must have told you they use this particular scheme.
A lot of people have came to me. They use it for this, they use it for that,
and it helped them
But
out.
at the end of the day, don't let us. We are looking about long-time solutions to the problem of Nigeria. MMM is not a solution to our problem. It can only compound or add to our problem, or any other Ponzi scheme. Now, let's leave MMM out of it, for all of them as a whole. But what I'm saying is, it is your money. I can decide to use it for anything, but let's just be wise. That out of this, there are some people who is even making money out of your 10,000 you're putting in, and making much more, and becoming richer than what you think, and making. They're saying they are looking to enrich people, to make financial equal. But when you see, when you go onto the ladder, you see just very few at the top of this ladder are the ones making it even more than the people bringing 10,000, 20,000.
All right, let's get, as we wrap it up, Mr. Osho's final take on this.
What I want to tell all participants in MMM is that the new model is ready.
Okay.
We can also be seeing the implementation of it little by little, because when you program anything, you have to test run it. It is already being test run, as we can see the massive GH and PH yesterday. So I want to employ everyone participating in MMM that you should continue with your business as usual. MMM has designed a system that will sustain hers.
Thank you very much for that. But then you do realize that news making the round yesterday was that one of the leaders, or the leader in Nigeria, left the country with his wife. That gave a lot of people cause for concern.
No. This man got wedded. This man
in the Philippines, we hear.
I'm coming. Yes. This man got wedded in November 12th.
Okay.
And he has not traveled since then to go for holiday.
Well, I think it's just a very convenient.
So we are number one.
I think as Mr. Osho, yes, Honourable Fijabi, Mr. Osho, thank you very much. Whether or not predictions from either party will come to fruition,